How I healed my chronic pain with a raw vegan diet and went from this to this. And if you've ever struggled with pain or soreness in your body, you'll want to hear this. At the age of 19, I went to the gym and I was quite strong and fit at the time. And I was doing a stretch routine that I did countless times in the gym, especially when I was doing chest. And when I did this stretch routine, I overstretched and I actually tore my pec and had a minor tear in my other pec. I had a lot of tightness and pain in my chest and I didn't end up healing. It ended up creating a lot of the tightness in my shoulders, in my neck, and this trickled down a lot throughout my body as I wasn't able to get back into the gym anymore and keep fit regularly because of the pain in my chest and because of all the tightness that was going on. Furthermore to that, at the age of 21, I ended up working in a contact center. And when I worked in the contact center, I was typing a lot with my hands. After about 6 months, the pain in my hands got so unbearable that I wasn't able to work anymore. And it was like right in here. The pain was so intense that typing, I wasn't able to do it. And I saw a specialist, I saw multiple specialists, I saw a physio. They weren't able to do anything for me. Whilst this is also going on, working in the contact center, my back, due to the lack of inactivity and the posture and my diet, my back pain was through the roof. And it got to the point one day when I simply went to make myself a meal. And after 30 minutes, my back, the pain got so intense, I had to lie down. I didn't end up having that meal. I probably ordered something off Uber Eats at that point. And the next morning, I wasn't able to get out of bed because my back pain was that severe. So to give you a bit of a picture, I've got this pain in my chest that at the age of 19, I tore my pec, and I'm now 21, nothing is getting better, still got the pain. I've got the pain in my hands that I can't even work anymore, and I'm having to consider reducing the hours, potentially doing something else. Right? I can't even use my hands. And then not even can I not be active, I can't even make myself a meal for 30 minutes because my back, I have trouble standing up for that length of time. So what was causing this? The main issue for me came down to what I was eating and putting into my body. I was having a lot of meat, a lot of processed foods, a lot of junk foods and cooked foods. These types of foods are very acidic to the body, and over a period of time, they back up our bowels. Our digestive system becomes really sluggish and slow, and pain and acidosis symptoms end up forming from these types of foods. Because these types of foods are hard to break down and are quite toxic to the body, they end up accumulating over time and the body becomes more and more acidic. In addition to this, I wasn't moving very much. So at the age of 19, I was pretty fit and strong, but whilst I was getting to that point of 20 and 21, my level of inactivity was getting more and more and more, and my lymphatic system wasn't being stimulated at all, which didn't allow my body to actually flush out the toxins and circulate, movement in my body. It got to the point for me where I was even getting pains in my calf and my feet because I was having very little circulation in my body. It just wasn't happening. So due to the food that I was eating that was making my body very acidic and very toxic, and in addition to the lack of movement that I had, the lack of circulation in my blood, these symptoms just got more and more and more and worse. So that's why initially when I tore my pec and it didn't heal, it ended up getting worse for me. I get tighter. And then at the age of 21, with the pain in my hands and my back, it ended up getting more and more and more, to the point where now I can't work and now I can't even stand up and make my own food. So at 23, what was that solution for me? And that solution was step 1, to go on a juice fast. So juice fasting, especially the level of acidity that was in my body, allowed me to flush out all the toxins and all the toxic waste and plaque and biofilm from my body that was causing the pain and the inflammation, and the level of acidity really was an imbalance. And there are only 2 types of chemistry in the body, and that's acidic and it's alkaline. And the level of acidity in my body, I did the pH tests where you pee on that stick, and it was so acidic at that point. So these levels of acidity from the juice fast, it cleans that out, and the minerals rebalance and alkalize the body. And all the backed up waste and the plaque, I got rid of, by the end of the juice fast, which I did for over 30 days, I got rid of so much plaque, 20 pounds of just old fecal matter and waste and plaque. And what came out of my body was literally like a black snake of plaque and biofilm, and just disgusting, what came out. This allowed me to be able to reset my body and then be able to heal from that point. The second step was the bowel cleansers and the digestive enzymes. Now, the bowel cleansers is what I only used in the juice fast. And this was psyllium husk and bentonite clay that I would take in rounds. And I also added deep bowel cleansers from Puridyme. And these cleansers would allow my body and aid it to be able to really release and pull and get all the toxins out from my bowels. I also use digestive enzymes from Puridyme as well, but you can use any high quality, high grade digestive enzymes. And this allows for your food to be pre-digested in your body. So it's easier for the body to metabolize and use the food that you're actually breaking down. And it's a lot easier. That's why it's called a digestive enzyme, because it's a lot easier on your digestive system when we're having foods that are processed, that are cooked. These foods are not only acidic to the body, but they're very hard for the body to break down. And I switched to using these digestive enzymes, which aided in that. I had a meal plan and a raw vegan lifestyle that I would use from then on and going forward. And this consisted of green juices mainly in the morning. I would do celery, cucumber, parsley, coriander, turmeric, and these green juices, these would allow the body to remineralize and purify my blood and allow my body to be from an acidic state that I was in to an alkaline state. Furthermore, I had smoothies consisted of berries, and I used my own coconut yogurt, bananas, every now and then I would throw some dates in and sprouts. And these smoothies I would have multiple times a day. I would also have other salads and fruits, a lot more fruits as well, because with the fruits, they're very easy for the body to digest and they're very high in energy. So after doing this meal plan for a while, and this becoming not just a meal plan for like a 30 to 60 to 90 day period, I ended up practicing and living this lifestyle to be completely raw vegan, to not cooking food. And this allowed my body to really heal and to be a lot less taxing on my body and to alkaline from the state that I was in. The last stage was movement. And because from that contact center, being in there and the sedentary lifestyle that I was living, I had no movement whatsoever. So what I did was I ended up incorporating yoga, which allowed my body to stretch out, because I was so tight and the lack of circulation in my blood was so little. I ended up going to the sauna and cold plunges to really circulate and stimulate my lymphatic system and my blood. I ended up going on regular walks, and I would instead of, very simple things, instead of taking public transport or driving my car, I would end up riding a bike or walking to the shops or taking the stairs. So I would implement a lot more movement into my daily lifestyle. To stimulate my lymphatic system as well, I would do rebounding. And so I would be on the trampoline rebounding. I have like this little trampoline in my room for 10 minutes a day, and I would do that in the morning. And that would really stimulate my lymphatic system and get my blood flowing. So this was the solution. Just to recap quickly, it was the juice fasting, the extended juice fasting, not just 3 days or 7 days, an extended juice fast. It was the bowel cleansers and the enzymes, the digestive enzymes. It was the meal plan, more specifically, the raw vegan foods, the undenatured foods, uncooked foods that really healed my body. And lastly, it was the level of movement that I increased dramatically in my daily lifestyle. And this wasn't just a diet for me. It was a complete reset of my body. And the results changed my life forever. The chest pain, gone. The back pain, the pain in my hands, gone. Doesn't exist anymore. The tightness in my shoulders and neck, really minimal today. And as long as I continue to keep up the routine, it ends up being quite minimal. So the daily pain that once ruled my life just faded. I was completely and finally free. So if you're wondering, where do I start? The best place to start is a juice fast. And I've created a free training that walks you through step by step exactly how to do this and to do this successfully. This is the process that changed my health forever. And I want to be able to give that to you and for you to experience the same. And that is, in my opinion, the best place to start. So just click the link below and watch the video and start your health journey today and experience the results for yourself.